Peace and blessings. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing with our Kato. We are going into the mid face with our nutmeg color to continue with the highlight. As you can see, the gradient and the change of colors on our handsome Kato's face. We will also go over the dark areas with the burnt umber. We will be going over the legs again with some burnt umber. We will be touching up on the medial and the lateral sides of the feet with the color. So we will continue working on our Kato. Stay tuned. We're going to go in with this custom blend. This is like I said, a custom blend, a mixture of some browns to get this mid color. I've used this before and I actually enjoyed it on the other kits or dolls that I have created. So I'm going to go in just a little bit around because we want to continue with the gradient of coloring, and we just want to continue to deepen that up, just to continue. And we are going to go in with our sponge and pounce around. I like to pounce again, kind of like in a circle, so that it blends and there aren't any harsh lines. I like to kind of blend in that way. So we are going around as we can see. And again, I would encourage you to have a reference photo of a baby that you maybe would like to use as a reference so you can have an idea of some of the coloring, the highlights and the lowlights or the shading, where certain things go. And you think about, dark and light, where it would be, on a kit. You think about that and you think about, if it were on you, you think about that. So we want to try to emulate as much realism as we can. And again, we go around kind of like in small little circles, and it gives us what I think is a nice kind of blend, where the lines are blurred. There isn't a clear demarcation of any lines. There really isn't. Everything kind of, blends together, which is what we want. I like to use the analogy of makeup or eyeshadow. When you're blending eyeshadow to get the look, generally, that gives a flawless appearance is blend, 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 blend. And when you think you've blended enough, blend some more. So it's kind of that way with our kit here, where we are blending and just building up the color. So he looks good. He definitely looks good. And we will be going in the ears with the inner part of the ears with the nutmeg, because we want to continue with the top portion of the ear with the burnt umber, which will give that dark coloring at the top where, you know, babies with a lot of melanin, deep melanin, you can generally see the coloring that the child will ultimately be when the child gets a little bit older from looking at the tips of the ears and this portion of the fingers, you know, kind of like in there, which is why we did do some darkening of those areas on the hands and the feet. So, yes, so we are working, trying to create a handsome young man. I think he is going to be beautiful. He's talking to me, telling me what he wants. So we are working along with him. Okay, we're going to go in with our burnt umber, which is our deepest color. And we are going to just go over a little bit of the hand uh, around, and we are going to blend. Going to blend, of course, blend, blend, blend. I'm going to go over. I like some of the variations in the coloring, and where you don't see any lines of demarcation. To me, I like the way that looks, where it gives an added sense of realism. I like that. Can see here. And we're going to go over the palm and the soles of the feet again with a little bit of the nutmeg color. And we will also do a little blushing and put in a little bit of blue on the instep portion of the foot. So that's something that we will do in this video. So I'm just kind of going around, just trying to perfect some of the areas. And this is something that I like to do. Now, what I will do is make sure that my paint is nicely stirred. And we're going to go in some more with this burnt umber, which is continuing to build this beautiful, beautiful deep chocolate color. Oh, it's beautiful, just beautiful. And I think it's just giving exactly what I wanted to give. Exactly what I wanted to give. At the very end, uh, depending, I might do a yellow wash so that we have some more dimension to our reborn doll. So the yellow wash, I may do that. I have to really kind of think about, what it is, if that's going to be something that will enhance what we're doing. if it's needed or not. It may not be needed. I mean, this is such a beautiful, beautiful color. And we are going to go again around the elbows and the wrist area because usually you will see those areas slightly darker. So we will go over that. So after we're going to be doing some, some final touches. We're going to go over the nails again. We have to work on some more of the mouth. And so we are finishing up with our Kato. He's looking good. You know, when I received the kit, I was like, oh, look at the shape, of the head. But I'm loving the shape of the head so much till I think he would even look good as a bald baby. Um, but I don't know that I will make him bald, but he would look good as a bald baby. I'm thinking that he might look very nice with, almost like, almost like peach fuzz, uh, for lack of a better term, very sparsely, you know, or he would also look good with painted hair because, you can make the painted hair, wispy. However, I've never done painted hair. I've been watching a variety of videos on painted hair, and the only way you will know if you can do it is you have to try. Um, so I'm not certain if I'm going to try uh, on a kit that I am working to finish, to complete. Maybe that's something that I should do on a test head. However, I don't have any test heads. So, but I've been watching a lot of painted hair videos. But I know that most people like babies that actually have rooted hair. And, and that's nice. I like that too. Now, if it's a baby that you want to interact with quite a bit, sometimes having painted hair is quite nice because you don't have to worry about um, disrupting the hairstyle or, anything, like that. So each has its, you know, advantages, pros and cons. Now, some people with cuddle babies, which is the body that is cloth, including the arms and the legs, and some people have the hands and the feet that are also cloth, and then the head will be vinyl or silicone. And a lot of times there will be painted hair because you can really embrace and hug that baby, and you don't have to worry about the hair. Now, some cuddle babies, they have 1/4 limbs, which is, just like the hand and the wrist and like the foot and the ankle. And those are, they have their place as well. There's something for everyone, you know. If you have it with the 1/4 limbs, they can wear certain type of clothes and they don't look like they're all cloth. Then you have those who are all cloth, cuddle babies, and they look nice in sleepers or with mittens and socks to cover up the cloth. There are, so many different variations that interest people for different reasons. For different reasons, there's for as many people that there are different tastes of what people like for different reasons. We will go over our foot with the burnt umber, our legs with the burnt umber. I am going to do this off camera so that the video isn't too long. We completed the layers of burnt umber on the limbs. Now we are going to go to the mid face with our nutmeg to continue with a bit of the highlight. The next kit that I do, I'm going to try to see if I'm able to maybe not do as many layers. I need to figure out how I can achieve the colors that I would like without maybe as many layers. But I love the way when, they're slowly built up, the depth and color, the realism is just, beautiful, I think, so, um, but, art is something where you learn, you try different things, you see what it is that maybe you can do different or better or, what have you. So, yeah, so that might be something that I may do with the next kit. The next kit is honey. So I'm going to see what we're going to do with honey. Now, we're going to pounce. And again, I'm using air dry paints. And I'm mixing, my paints are mixed with Liquitex matte gel and with golden wetting agent and golden satin glazing liquid, which gives more time to work on the kit without it drying as quickly and without it running. So you don't have to feel quite like you are in a race against time. My very first kit that I reborn was Sonnet, and she came out quite lovely. But I was not using any of the other mediums in there with my Ultimate Fusion air dry paint. And I did have to kind of really work quickly because it was drying and sometimes it was a little bit maybe streaky. And then it also sometimes would maybe run. Maybe I had it too thin or what have you. But with the Liquitex gel, matte gel medium, along with the satin glazing liquid and the wetting drops from Golden, it has been what I consider a game changer. Um, so, oh, and I did go around the ears. You can see that dark tone, more of a dark, nice tone there. So, yeah. Now we are going to have our Kato dry a little bit. And I think what we will do, I'm going to pause and then we will come back and do the soles of the feet. Okay, we'll first start with the palms of the hands. I usually like to go first with the hands and then to the feet. I like to keep that order. I usually work first with the left hand, then the right hand, then the left foot, and then the right foot. I usually try to keep it in that order so that am sure that I've gotten, that I've painted all of the kit. So I'm just going all around where we would see the palms of the hand and the bottoms, well, the lower part of the fingers that, is coming up from the palm. Because we want there to be some color, not a whole lot, but we do want some color so that it's not just the color of the kit. Now, I have built up this color little by little, little by little. Like I said, I rather go stage by stage, little by little, so that I can, you know, uh, I have a little bit more control over the color that way. So little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. You see, that color looks nice with the skin tone. And then we are going to have a little bit of blushing and just a slight bit of blue. Just a slight bit of blue to give the illusion of maybe a little bit of thin skin. Maybe a little bit. We're going to see how that will work out. So we are going in again with our nutmeg color. And this will be something that will give, some more color. The one thing about it is you want to have, again, gradients in color where everything just kind of blends, where it's not a stark line of demarcation. So that's what I am, striving for, to give that, to go in there. And I take my time. I probably will I'll learn how to go faster the more dolls that I make. This is just my first one. I mean, my third one. So I'm still, I'm still learning. I'm still learning and trying to figure out what I like, how I like to do things, and, what have you. Now I want you to see the slight change in the color. And you might be able to see the difference in the foot and the hand. The palm. The palm is a little bit deeper in color than the foot. So I'm going to go over the foot, the soles of the feet, and I think we will end the video with that. I don't want it to be too long. I don't want to wear you out or bore you. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share. Turn on your notifications so you will know when I am uploading. I am having a lot of fun during these series of, our Melanated AA Ethnic Reborns. So I am having a lot of fun, and I am learning as I go as well. So I will also do a little bit of, go over the creasing, and I'm be careful to be certain that we don't have any pooling anywhere because that won't look nice. It will look muddy and it will take away from the realism. So we want to make sure that we are paying attention to that. So I would like to say enjoy your day. Come back soon as we will be continuing with our baby Kato and we will be working on our honey. She is absolutely beautiful. Honey will be a female, whereas Kate, I made Kate into a boy. That's why the name is Kato. I'm going to continue to build up this color here because I need some more of the burnt umber to come down more toward the sole of the foot. I don't have enough coloring there, so I'm going to slowly do it. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Do enjoy your day. Come back soon. Stay safe.